What's up, Broncos country? This is Mile High OUTKAST, Orange and Blue Network. How about that win on KC this week? Me and Medlock have an exciting show. We're going to be talking about the Chiefs game. We're going to get into some other stuff. A lot of hot topics to talk about in Colorado sports. You know, we got the Avs, the Nuggets, Broncos going on a bye. Tons to talk about. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get this started.
In the shadow of the Rockies where the orange burns bright, we ride with the outlaws under stadium lights. Mile high, we fly, no chains combined. This podcast a rocket and the altitude's kind.
Turn it up, let the city feel the bass. Every word's a touchdown, every beat's a chase. With a mile high outcast, Broncos we broadcast. Climbing, never falling fast. Full of mile high blast.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Mile High Medlock?
Oh man, I'm doing good. You know, a mile high on our bye, man. That win Sunday made me stop hating. You know, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. You know, I gotta trust and believe.
Gotta trust. In Bo, we trust, right?
And in the defense, I trust.
Yeah, that's for sure. Before we get into any topics, or how was your week, man? What was fun about it? You know what? Happy birthday to your son. Sorry I was under the weather. Finally starting to feel a little bit better now. But happy birthday to your son.
Yeah. Shout out Giovanni. It was on the 5th, but we didn't have his party till Sunday. It was fun. But the win on Sunday definitely helped out the weekend. But it was still good. We had at my sister and brother-in-law's house, and my brother-in-law was a Chiefs fan. So when we were watching the
nice.
Yeah, we were watching the game, you know, he's not a crazy Chiefs fan. He's a very cool Chiefs fan. But he didn't put on his jersey till the fourth quarter, and he came down. He's like, fourth quarter, you know. And I was like, man, that's our quarter though.
Yeah, we own that quarter. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So we shouldn't make any friendly bet or anything like that. But no, it was fun time. And then Saturday hung out with you and George for a little bit too. So
yeah. How was the
birthday?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, bro.
Shout out to your sister's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the game?
Oh yeah, we went to the Nuggets game on Monday. That was it was really fun. We were sitting in front of a couple of there was a lot of Bulls fans there. I will say they were out there. But we were sitting in front of a couple, and shout out to my homeboy Kenny too. Gave us the tickets for a good price, and he's got some good seats. So yeah, me and George went. We had a blast. The game was fun. The Bulls are on man, they were just killing it. So, but it was fun. We ended up losing by a little bit, but it was still fun game to go to.
For those that don't know, I was a little under the weather, so George ended up going. I filled in on the Broncos Bros with Dak. What up, Dak? Had a good time on the show with him as well. We didn't pull out the W on that, but you know we can get into a lot of that later. Anything else you want to bring up real quick, or?
Yeah. Let's bring up the first comment. That is coming from your cousin, Nasty Charger.
Oh, cousin Mike, what's up, my brother?
Yeah.
Hey, oh man, this guy knows his sports. He's one of the funniest guys you ever meet in your life, man. Thanks for tuning in, cuz.
Yeah. We got Shy Vargas in the house as always. He said, "Hey, Maha Medlock, Shy, what's up, man?" I'm glad that we're starting to do your piece, your little segment by itself, because man, I woke up and I seen that. I was like, man, I'll have to wait till the whole pregame to get shiced. You know, that got me ready. So
hey man, without Shy, we ain't winning, man. He's hyping everybody up. Thank you very much, Shy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, your cousin said you're welcome. So the other thing, man, just I don't know. Should we wait a little bit, or we'll do our let's do our
We'll get into the topic of the show. The show this week is called Mile High on a Bye. So we finally got to a bye week after how many straight wins, Joe? 8?
Yeah, I think 8 straight.
So we finally get some rest. We're not going to hit it all at one time. One thing I do want to bring up was Sean Payton right, and whoever's in the comments, please comment and let me know. Was Sean Payton right not taking the bye after the London game? Because you could he was elected to get that bye. Like if he wanted that bye, he would have got it. And he chose not to. So do you think it was a good thing? How you feeling about it?
Well, I'm in hindsight, so I'm feeling good about it, But at the time, I was thinking, it would definitely be. It was a risk, but looking at the way it played out now, like I said, in hindsight, it plays to our advantage. It's very good. So, that was a good choice to do that. It was a little risky, but it definitely paid off. He knew his team and he knew what he had. And like I said, I still don't like his play calling, but man, I'm believing, man. These Broncos are they're playing really damn good. So
they are. And when he didn't get that bye, I was a little like, why wouldn't you get your team rest? Because then you go to a Thursday night game, and you're running on fumes. But now that we won every one of those games, it's like, oh yeah, that was a great decision. So it's easy to say it now, but at the time, I was iffy about it, if I can be honest.
Oh, same here. I was second guessing it, but like I said, now I can still have a little bit of criticism, but I gotta believe in what Sean is doing. So yeah, let's bring up a couple more comments real quick. We got Johnny in the house. He said, "What it do, OUTKAST?"
What up, Johnny?
Hi, OUTKAST. Yeah, we doing good. We're like I said, we're mile high on this bye.
Thank you for everything, brother.
Oh yeah, thanks for getting everything done for us. Got your cousin in the chat still. He said they better be well rested. And,
2 weeks, man. 2 weeks worth of rest. So yeah, I agree.
And then we go up to Washington. They got the whole week off, so they should have all the fun they want. And
well, real quick before we go to the next comment, do you think it was fair or even conceivable to say, do the Broncos get Sunday night or not? Like, wasn't that kind of like a slap to the face?
I mean, we're playing Washington. If it was a little bit better team, as good as we are, it just Washington is just not a good team right now. So, yeah, I think it was just circumstances of the team we played this week.
Got you.
Yeah. But it also could be a little slight to the Broncos.
Well, I feel like if we would have lost to the Chiefs, there would have been no Sunday night. You know what I mean? Like, they were waiting to see what was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, one more comment here. We got a fellow host, 6-foot Mexican. They do their show on Wednesdays with Bronco Libre, and they also do the Friday show, Viva Los Broncos in Spanish. What is up?
I tuned in last night, man. You guys had a great show. You and Libre, man. Got nothing but love for you guys out there. They are taking next week off. Me and Joe haven't confirmed what we're going to do for the holiday week yet, so stay tuned for that. But appreciate you coming through.
Yeah. And like I said, Adon, your Bulls, they look really good. They look good. I did not expect them to be that fast, that athletic. And, I mean, I know they had a good shooting night, but, yeah, they look nice.
Rain in threes. Oh, my gosh. Missed one. Jeez.
They definitely look nice. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way real quick before we do anything else. Let's do that.
All right, go for it.
All right, y'all. Give me just a second here. Pull all this stuff up here. So we are Orange and Blue Network. This is the Mile High OUTKAST on that network. But what you want to do is we want you to like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons so you get all the notifications. We get the more subscribers we get, the more giveaways we could do, and the more stuff we could do for you guys. So yeah, you can just like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, all the Bronco fans, and some of the hate watchers that are mad at the Broncos. let them tune in too. They can get in the comments. We don't mind. So we got a big lineup of shows every night. Some days we got 2. On Monday, we have Monday and Friday, we have the Orange and Blue Blitz. That is going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning with Isaiah. And I think Bronco Yos is going to be on there too. I'm not sure, but definitely Isaiah. And then we got Monday, our friends. Well, we're all friends, but those are our main friends there. Bronco Bros with George and Dak on Mondays at 7. And then we got the flagship show is going to be Tuesday, 7:30. That's Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue with Johnny and Jay. And then on Wednesday, we got the Mile High Symposium with Doc and DT, or Doc and JT. That's going to be Wednesday at 2:30. And then Wednesday night, like I said, we got the Broncos Talk with Bronco Leroy and Adon, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Of course, the Mile High OUTKAST on Thursday at 7 p.m. That's what you're watching now. So make sure you turn in that every week to get that. And then, like I said, we got on Fridays, we got Libre and Adon back, and they do it in Spanish. Viva Los Broncos. Any breaking news we have, it's called Fresh Squeeze. So when we have something like that, we hop on and let you guys know the breaking news. We got the pregame. It's going to be the pregame show. We got the play-by-play and the postgame. The play-by-play is going to be the Buck and Booth, and then the postgame is called Buck Your Feelings. So tune in for all that, and we definitely enjoy you guys watching. And then we got our sponsor who makes it all happen, Dubby. Dubby is going to be no sugar, no calories, no maltodextrin, no filler, no artificial colors, free energy drink. So it's a clean energy powder. It's formulated with nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, neurotropics, including patent neurofactor, neurotropic, and the caffeine is derived directly from something. I can't read the bottom. Sorry, guys. I'll get better at this as we go, but they got a lot of different flavors. They have Johnny and them ran through it the other day. They had a whole bunch of flavors. They were telling which ones are good or not. I'm gonna have to really jump in and see, get a little more info on their on all their different flavors. But if you do go and order it, which I'm gonna do sometime soon, we'll be using the code OBN10, and that gets you 10% off your checkout. And we definitely enjoy Dubby being a sponsor and making it all happen.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
You check us back.
Yep. Give me just a second. My bad, y'all. I'm having a little technical difficulties here.
There you go. There you go. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, having a little.
You're good. You're good. So what I will say, let's get into some of the segments here. Before we get into some comments, I'm gonna bring up our first, which is called First and Tailgate. First and foremost, I want to tell Johnny, thank you very much for getting all the graphics done. I know you're working hard on everyone's podcast. We appreciate you getting us in. We got our graphics up this week, so we're going to hop in to First and Tailgate. How'd you like that one?
That's nice. It was very nice.
I like that. First and Tailgate. So the first thing I want to talk about in First and Tailgate, can we all, as Broncos country, stop doubting the Broncos? Me and you kind of both did last week. You more than me. I'm not calling you out. But what I will say, with our record, we're still doubting the Broncos every week because we're not believing, however you want to put it. We are not satisfied with what we're doing on the field. We're talking about play calling, this and that, but I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna stop doubting this Bronco team. This defense, in every shape and form, without PS2, with Riley Moss's pass interference calls, which some of them are tic tac if you ask me. But I just want. How do you feel, Joe? Should we stop doubting these Broncos and just believe that they are the number one team in the AFC?
I mean, like I said, I got to stop doubting them. I got to eat crow. I definitely picked us to lose last week. I said we were going to lose about 24-14. I did get a little caveat where I said if we had, a good defensive day, it could change. But like I said, I got to stop doubting and just trust and believe this defense is going to carry us, and the offense is going to find a way to get it done. So, definitely got to stop hating. Like I said, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, I definitely got more confidence as the weekend went on. Saturday, one of the Chiefs players came into my he seemed like he was having a little bit more of a vacation than a football weekend. So
he was in Mile High.
Yeah, he was enjoying the Mile High, and so that was like, he definitely didn't seem like he was tuned in for the game, but yeah, teach their own. So and then Sunday morning, hearing all the interviews with the different coaches and players and everything, man, everybody was just so confident. Like they were just like, we got this. They definitely made me believe, and then seeing the Shy clip definitely made me even believe even more. So yeah, I definitely was. Going into Sunday, I was already. My mind had already changed. So the doubting had already stopped, but then the game made it, for sure that I need to stop doubting.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I was doubtful because I'm seeing KC make a comeback. Rashid Rice came back. I'm like, oh man, like they're not done. And I still don't believe they're done fighting. Like, let's be real honest. Like they're not whatever. But like, I was like, here's our test. And I should have been more abrupt. I should have been more of not a cautious fan, just been like rolling with what the Broncos have done all year, what Vance Joseph has done with this defense. So I will say it myself to everybody out there. And please comment on how you guys feel, still doubt the Broncos or not. Please comment. But I got to stop doubting, not the system, but the players, because these players are making it happen on the field, man. And, without PS2, Singleton, it's, their work's cut out for them every game. And, I'm just going to roll with the flow, and I'm going to believe that the Broncos are the number one team in the AFC.
Yeah. And even the play call still had a couple of times I was like, what the heck are they doing? They did that double pass.
Yeah.
And, like that was just slow developing. But all in all, like I said, the offense, Bo Nix was definitely a lot more. He was a lot more in control of the offense. He moved us down the field at good times. The first drive, man, it was a long time of possession that we had. We held that ball and drove down methodically. So that was definitely good to see. And yeah, I mean, all the way around, we got Marvin Mims back. We got the long punt return. So all in all, man, it was a good game that gave me a lot of good feelings going into the next couple of weeks after the bye and through the rest of the season. Like our remaining schedule is not that bad the rest of the way. I mean, we got Green Bay and Jacksonville here, and then we just have to play the Chargers and the Chiefs away.
Well, we should already beat the Chargers. Let's clear that up. We should already beat them. Whatever. They got us. Let them have that dub because their offensive line, they don't have an offensive line right now. So when we play them, there's no way. I mean, our defense is going to have a heyday. Getting into the next part of First and Tailgate, are we as good as our record? What do you think, Joe?
I mean, I think we may be better than our record because we could be undefeated. We literally lost the 2 games we lost were at the last second, and like one,
Seconds.
yeah, one was at with the leverage call. So I mean,
Yeah.
we are as good as our record shows, even though it doesn't show it on like through what you're watching. We are as good as the record shows because they come each week and they produce, like they put it up and they shut it down at the goal line, like everything. All in all, it's all a team effort, and I haven't seen the defense get mad at the offense. I haven't seen the offense get too mad at each other. You know, it's all been like, you know what, we're gonna get this figured out. We're gonna work. We're gonna get it done, and that's what they've done. So yeah, I definitely think we're as good as the record is.
I like your take on that. We might be better than our record because I wasn't expecting that from you because I was thinking the same thing because we could have won week 2 and 3. We could be undefeated. I'm not saying, whatever. Leverage call. Well, we won't see that again for a decade. Let's be real. But we definitely are. I mean, despite everyone talking about the play calling, and myself included, I can't just call everyone out. I'm myself included. We're finding ways to figure out how to win this game. My concern is something that you kind of didn't take on. You said like the defense isn't fine with the offense. Come playoff time, it's going to be arguments. If this offense doesn't figure it out and the defense has to carry on their back, their time of possession wearing this defense out is going to be huge. And you're dealing with a couple injuries now. We're getting into the later weeks. So you got to bring your guys. I mean, the bye came out the best week in my mind, but the tempo, what the offense is doing has to get there in order for the defense not to just be like, this is bullshit. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah. And like I said, the first drive against the Chiefs and a lot of the drives against the Chiefs, I thought our time of possession was really good on offense. Even if it got down to third and even at 30-15, like I said, third and long, Bo was finding ways to get it done. So I definitely think that they are on the right track, and they're figuring it out. I don't know why it took such a slow start for the season, but whatever it is, this last final stretch of the season, I think we're gonna put it all together, and I'm excited to see what comes after the bye.
Yeah, and then the last thing on First and Tailgate, we don't have to make it a long segment, but last week's title segment was offense or nonsense. So just real quick, yes or no, Joe? Do we have an offense or is it nonsense?
We're getting an offense. Like I said, the first drive, the passing game, we're without Dobbins, so we're trying to figure out the running game, but we still got it done, and the offense is producing enough to win games for now.
Okay, I got you. You got any comments you want to pull up real quick, or?
Yeah, let's throw a couple comments up there real quick. We had your cousin. He said they need to work on some new plays. So I definitely think
definitely.
Yeah, and I think I wasn't believing that they were holding stuff back, but they could be holding stuff back, to just to not show too much. But yeah, they'll definitely have some new plays going along next couple of weeks because Sean Payton's got Mims back now. Depending on how the running game starts going, definitely we're gonna have some. I think it's gonna get interesting.
Well, since you brought up Mims, I didn't think that he was gonna be returning punts. Like, I didn't think he was gonna be a return man because coming back off the injury. Were you surprised to see him in there like he was, or were you like ready for him to come back?
I mean, we need the spark. We can't keep the punt return team needed something. Like, and when you got Marvin Mims there, you got to use him. So definitely he came at the right time, and we couldn't not put him there. So we got to use him as much as we can, and give him enough chances to show his speed.
Agreed.
We got Gary Neighbors. He said, "Go Broncos country, go Broncos country, number one best team. You know it." Like I said, I got to stop doubting them. They're proving me wrong and making me more of a. I just try to be a realist at times, and I just didn't have the hope last week. But man, they're showing me. They are showing me. We got Virgil Kane. He said, "How many times will he say like?" I don't. I think he's talking to you,
Oh yeah, probably.
but it may be me too.
Yeah, either one.
Don't get me wrong. I like the word like. I used to have this teacher, Miss Pransky, in middle school, and we couldn't say like. She like drove it out of our system. She hated that word.
You said it as you were talking about it.
Yeah, dude, she drove it. She was like, just drove it all the way out of there. We got Uncle Todd.
Uncle Todd, what up, my brother?
He said, "My high outcast, you guys rock. Like, share, and subscribe. Exactly. Do all that."
Subscribe, y'all.
We had a couple more. Got Pops in the house. Coach.
What up, Coach?
He said, "Offense headed in the right direction slowly, but they will keep on pushing." And that's what I was kind of saying too. They're on the right track, and this bye week and next week they should definitely be able to get something figured out. And we're playing Washington and the Raiders again. We should be able to figure something out in them 2 games, and hit the last 4 games with the good offensive flow going into there.
That's the goal, right? That's the goal.
Yes.
So to touch down a little bit about our mile high on the bye, here's my next question. Do they need the rest finally? Do they need that bye? Or would it have been like if we had a bye earlier after the London game, keep going? Do you think we need the rest at the present time, or do you think we should have the bye earlier?
I mean, again, in hindsight, I like it now because, it kind of gives them a little reward, give them the whole week off, let them, do whatever they're going to do. If they're hanging out with their family, if they're going somewhere, doing whatever they're doing, they're able to get it all out their system, enjoy it. They're on a good streak. And yeah, I think it was just going to come back. And then, like I said, we got 2, I'm not going to call them easy games, but we got two games we should win back to back, with Washington and Vegas. Even though they're both on the road, we should be able to, get them 2 victories. And like I said, I think it came at the right time.
Good take. I'm going to take us in to our next segment. This one's called Mile High Memories. And for everybody out there, please comment. What we do here is talk about, we choose one player each from any Colorado team, Avs, Nuggets, Rockies, Broncos, etc. Somebody that made a huge impact that we believe did for the Broncos or any Colorado organization. So let me get you into this. I like that one. I like that.
That's a good one. Thank you, Johnny.
Yes, sir. You want me to go first, Joe, or you want to go?
Go ahead. You can go first.
All right. So my mile high memory, and I hope my Uncle Todd and Coach and my cousin Michael, anybody that's a huge Broncos fan will remember this name. Carl Mecklenburg.
Number 77.
Number 77. What was his nickname, Joe?
The Albino Rhino.
The Albino Rhino, man. Went to the University of Minnesota. He was a late draft pick. I think he played about like 9 years or so. I think he got drafted actually the year I was born in '83. But you want to talk about a beast on defense and what he did for a Bronco organization. He never got the ring, but he held it down for a decade. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was 9, but you get what I'm saying. Like, any Bronco fan that doesn't know Carl Mecklenburg isn't a Bronco fan. Let me just say that. For everyone that knows what this man did on defense, a crazy, outstanding tackler, sick hitter, teammate to the fullest, pick you up when you're down. Carl Mecklenburg is my mile high memory. What do you think about that, Joe?
Oh, definitely a solid one, man. He came right after the Orange Crush and kept that defense solid. And yeah, like I said, for the 10 years he played with us, he was a stalwart on the defense. You know, he was a force to be reckoned with. And yeah, like you said, a late pick. He was 12th round pick, 310th overall. So those guys, those picks don't usually stay around for too long. You know, they're usually in and out of the league in a couple of years. So he made his mark and he stuck around and man made a mark here in Denver. So and like you were saying, he went to he's part of our in the 80s, part of the 3 Super Bowls we went to. 86, 87, and 89. Unfortunately, they were all 3 losses, but you know, he was a big part of that defense and taking us there. 1986, he was the AFC Player of the Year. So that was really good. And man, he had 6 Pro Bowls, and he was a 4-time first team All Pro. So he definitely showed out.
I think he went to like half a dozen Pro Bowls or something as well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure the exact stat on that, but
6.
oh, he did go to 6. Okay, yeah. So I mean, Carl Mecklenburg, man. I mean, what a crazy guy out there. I mean, we're talking about a time playing when they let defensive players hit a quarterback. You know what I mean? We're talking about a time and era where Carl Mecklenburg, man, he had free range to do what he had to do. I'm not sure if this is correct, but I believe Dan Reeves drafted him. I'm not 100% on that, but I can't remember who the coach was in '83. But
I don't think it was Reeves, but I would have to look that up too.
yeah, that wasn't right. But either way, I just yeah, man, what he did fired up. I mean, especially after the Orange Crush to keep it going. I mean, he played alongside of like Simon Fletcher, I believe. You know, I mean, just great talent, raw talent. You know, coming out of somewhere like Minnesota, like not knocking Minnesota, but you know, it's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah,
to be found in the draft.
Yeah, that late, and to like I said, to be a standout player and be that good for 10 years. I mean, that was a like you said, a diamond in the rough. We got him, and man, he definitely made an impact on the 80s Broncos defense for sure. When he had 79 sacks, and I think there was a stat I was reading too. He had four sacks 2 times, which is something I think only one of the Broncos done. I don't know if it was Von Miller or somebody. Yeah.
Probably was Von, but yeah, I mean, that's a crazy stat. I didn't know that. That
yeah,
got my attention. That's dope.
Yeah, he had some big time games. So.
Yeah. Well, I did my Mile High memory. Medlock, you want to do yours?
Yep, same thing. It's going to be a 80s player too. It is going to be from the Nuggets. I'm sure a lot of you guys heard of him. You may not know about him, but Alex English, number 2. He was a walking bucket, is what they say, and his nickname was the Blade. And he was born January 5th, same day as my cousin Mark. R.I.P. to Mark.
Rest in peace, Mark.
Yes. He went to the University of South Carolina, and he started every game in his college career. And he also shot 50% his whole college career. So definitely some good numbers and good stats. He didn't get drafted by the Nuggets, but he played with us after a couple of 2 stints with 2 other teams. He was 2-time All-American. He was a 2nd-round pick for the Milwaukee Bucks in the 76 draft. He was a 23rd pick overall. Played in Milwaukee with Don Nelson as a coach. Didn't get too much playing time because he had a couple of good veterans that he was playing behind at his position. But he did show out in the 78 playoffs. And then after that, he went to the Pacers for 2 years, a year and a half as a free agent. And then he got traded from the Pacers to the Nuggets midway through the 79 season. And he was traded for a former Pacer star from the NBA, George McGinnis, and we got the good end of the deal because McGinnis ended up only playing for like 2 more years, and he was out of the league. And I mean, we had Alex English, who was just a scorer, a raw scorer. So,
yeah. So when I think back to Alex English, I hear my Uncle Todd. He's been watching Nuggets since Nuggets. You know what I mean? Alex English, I'm not gonna say he was the first star for the Nuggets, but I think he was the first like star like nationwide where other teams noticed it, like other fan base knew who he was. I know we had previous, good players on the Nuggets, but Alex English like paved the way for playing in Denver because we were considered like a cow town, right? Like, who wants to go to Denver? Who wants to play it? And Alex English gave us some TV time, gave us some publicity, which is awesome. He was one of the pioneers that made a Nuggets franchise be a Nuggets franchise, if that makes sense.
yeah, I mean, like I say, he was solid for the 10 years. I want to say he played with us, but might have been just a little bit less. But I think it's 10 years. But he, like I said, I was watching an interview with George Gervin, the Iceman, and he said, a player we don't talk about much. He said is Alex English.
English.
He said, man, he was just saying that he said he was slow as molasses, but he said he had just his jumper was true, and what Alex would do was he even said himself when he got to the league he had his junior year of college, he said he had to find a way to get shots off without getting them blocked, so he started doing them on like off balance, wrong timing, wrong foot. And, it was just unorthodox, but he was doing it in a way where he knew
it worked.
Yeah, he could make the bucket. And he had a high arch and release, and, he just was able to have the defenders off guard. And like George Gervin said, he said he was the first player to score 2,000 points for 8 straight seasons. He said, who does that? He said,
that's crazy.
He said, I got 4 or 5. He said, but this dude, 8 straight seasons with 2,000 points.
The love that he gives him, though, has to warm your heart, right? Like, we don't talk about this guy, and like nobody wants to talk about this guy, but this guy was the guy.
But Alex English, he's also a quiet guy. He's not like that talkative, showman, showboating and stuff like that. He was, a very humble dude. He just knew he could score and went out there and made it happen. He scored 51 points in 1990. He scored 51 points in a game without shooting 0 3-point attempts. So he knew where his game was. He knew where he how to score, and he was able to get it done. Let's see. He's 8-time NBA All-Star, 3-time NBA second team. He won the scoring title in 85, I want to say, or 83. He won the scoring title, scoring 28.4 points, and right behind him was Kiki Vandeweghe.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Andy was the number 1 scorer of the 80s, which is amazing when you think about all the players you had in the 80s.
Yeah.
Dr. J, Magic, Bird, Dominique, the Isaiah, like
all out there. Agreed. Well, I hope everyone comment if you want to about either Mile High memory. What I want to do is give a Mile High salute to Carl Mecklenburg and Alex English. Good pick, Joe. Mile High salute to both of them.
Oh, yeah.
You want to get into some comments?
Yeah, let's throw a couple comments up there. We got Jay Weaver hopping in. He said, OMG, look at those ballers.
What up, Jay?
Well, I'm kind of a retired baller, but I still have the shorts on, ready to play sometime. I might only get up the court 2 or 3 times, and then I need a sub.
Dude, I played a little one-on-one with my nephew. It was actually for my daughter's graduation. When Nevaeh turned 21, saving man, I played one-on-one with him for like 5 minutes, bro. And I'm like, timeout. Like, I got some moves still, but I'm a shooter now. I'm not crossing the board.
Yeah, same here. When I play with my son, you just shoot out there. I'm like, because I'm not gonna be driving on you, man. Like, I need to save my energy because you on defense, man. He be all over the place. Let's see. We got George in the building. He said, "What's up, my brother?" Shout out, George. Fun time at the game the other day, man. Yeah, that's all the comments we have for now.
All right. So getting back, let me pull it up real quick. We got our next segment here, and bear with me, Joe. Sorry. Let's put some props on it. So what we do here, it's like what the Broncos bros were, giving flowers. We call it put some props on it. So Joe, let me know who you're gonna put some props on it for.
I'm gonna do two because this is a surprise from last night. So I'm gonna do my last night one, Peyton Watson. 32 points, 10 or 11 rebounds, first double-double. So shout out Peyton Watson for having a really good game last night. And then of course for the Broncos, I got to go with 29, Jaquan. I mean, 2 sacks, an interception. I mean, dude, he was playing his butt off, man. He went out there and balled, and without having a PS2 around, I mean, he definitely stepped up and played a hell of a good game. I mean, the whole defense did, but I can't keep shouting them all out, and I can't shout out Vance Joseph every week, but I'll say Jaquan balled out that game.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I get where you're taking from, but I can't shout them all out. And Vance Joseph every week. That's the hard part of doing this part, right? You know what I mean? This segment, it's like who do I pick?
Yeah. Because I mean, I still like I don't offensive wise. Like I said, I could have said Sean Payton for having a little bit better play calling. I could have said Bo because he had a really good week. But yeah, I like Jaquan with his way he stepped up and performed on Sunday. That was a hell of a performance.
Definitely. My turn now?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna hate me for this because I'm gonna go obvious because you already said it. I'm gonna give some props on it for Vance Joseph. What a defensive scheme against Patrick Mahomes, Rashee Rice, and everybody else. I know it's nothing but obvious, right? But you got to give credit where credit's due. He was in the practice films. He was with his guys one-on-one. He's talking to the linebacker coaches. He's talking to coverage. He's making sure Mahomes is not going to get the best of us. And I wouldn't give it to him every week. It's rightfully deserved that he gets that. But to shut Mahomes out the way he did, to put a game plan together against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes with weapons. I mean, you could say Kelsey's going out the door. He's still making plays. I mean, look at the broken tackle he made, to score a touchdown. What I will do when I put some props on it to Vance Joseph, I will say this. He refused to let that offense be better than our defense. He refused to let mainstream media be a problem for Mile High fans, for Broncos country. He went out and he looked at his guys and said, we're going to do this. No matter if offense is there or not, we're going to hold this down. So I'm going to put some props on it for Vance Joseph because that is an impossible task to do. And he did it, man. I think that was the first time they scored under 20. I don't know the exact stat, but like in a season or I don't know the exact, but I heard something like that was the first time they didn't score over 20 in so many games. I don't know the exact amount of games, But how could you not look at Vance Joseph and say, man, that's art. That's poetry, dude. Everything that he did to secure that win came from Vance Joseph.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he keeps coming with great defensive schemes that just have the quarterback and the offensive coordinator not knowing what to do. Like his chess game through the games is just
unmatched.
I mean, he didn't, because this time he didn't rush. He didn't blitz a whole lot. He did not blitz a whole lot in the start. We picked up a little more in the second half, but he played coverage, and I mean, he mixed up coverage too. He had some combo coverages out there where it wasn't just straight man everybody up. It was a zone here, a man on this side. So he definitely kept it. He kept him guessing, and like I said, the way he's scheming his defensive play, his the way he's drawing it up and coming up with his schemes and everything, he is, man, it's amazing. Like, I know he didn't have a good time coaching us, but I'm glad he came back because, man, he's a valuable coach for us.
I think Johnny and Jay brought it up on their show. Is he going to stay or not? I know he has options. Definitely has options. He's definitely expressed that he wants to be a head coach again. In my mind, when you talk about Vance Joseph, why leave a team that you built? Like, that's not all Sean Payton, dude. That's Vance Joseph too. I want this guy. We're going to plug him in. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like, I know a lot of people disagree because, like, if you say you go to Tennessee, it's a total rebuild. If you go to the Giants, it's not a total rebuild, but it still is a rebuild because now you're the head coach. Now you got to hire a defensive coordinator that you trust and hire an offensive coordinator to call plays because let's be real. He's not a play caller. He's a defensive coordinator. He could be a great head coach, but he's going to have to put weight on the offensive coordinator if he leaves, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
Oh, for sure. I know there's going to be a lot of interest in him. So I'm hoping he makes the best choice for him. I would definitely love to have him back again next year. But he's definitely going to get some interviews, and I don't think he's going to make a choice to go to be a coach anywhere. He's going to go to a place where he knows he can actually have a chance. New York might be hard because it's you're going to have so much media on you. Like your coverage there is going to be hard.
Crazy.
So I think he would go. I think he's going to be very, very thoughtful in where he goes. Like Harbaugh going to San Diego. That was a good pick for him. Like he's just not going to go. So I think Vance Joseph, he's going to have some options, but I don't think he's just going to be desperate just to go and be a coach anywhere.
Well, let me ask you this: if we lost Vance Joseph today, just hypothetical, do you think that he would be in a system with the Giants to make them a winning team?
Not. Yes and no. It may take him like a year or two. He'll definitely make him more competitive on defense, but like you said, you got to find the right offensive coordinator that you can that can work with Jackson Dart when you get Cam Scatterboo back. So like you said, it's not a total rebuild, but there's potential there. But same with Tennessee, there's some potential. You got the young quarterback there, but it's just. I don't think he's going to go somewhere where he's going to have to do a total rebuild. I think he'd go somewhere where he kind of can step in and make some things happen. So that's why I said I think he's going to be selective about not just going anywhere. He's going to make sure it works for him.
Well, it's kind of apples and oranges because it's offensive coordinator to defensive coordinator. But, I mean, look at McDaniels.
Yeah.
He was great under Belichick, right? One of the best offensive coordinators of all time. As a head coach, look what he did with the Broncos, and then look what he did with the Raiders, right? He can't get over that hump. Like, if you're a great defensive coordinator, one of the best, look at Wade Phillips. Just popped in my mind. Look at Wade Phillips. He wasn't a great head coach, but he's one of the best defensive coordinators to ever coach in the game.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Vance Joseph is head coach caliber. I love him with all my heart for what he's doing here. I think he's a Wade Phillips guy. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Or Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on him because I think he has the potential. But like I said, as long as he doesn't just go to any place just to, I have to be a head coach. That's the only thing I don't want him to do because I don't want him to mess up another opportunity because he's going to get another opportunity sometime. I just don't want it to be a desperation, like I have to go. So
that's exactly. And you stole the words out of my mouth. I'll root for him no matter where he goes, if he goes. Hopefully not, but if he goes, unless he plays the Broncos, of course. You know what I mean?
Yep. Took the words out of my mouth too.
Go ahead and get some comments, Joe.
Yeah. I was just gonna say the same thing. So we got Shy. He said, "I'm so glad we beat the Kansas City Chiefs." Shy, you're telling me, man.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, that win made me stop hating on him and stop doubting him. So yeah, I definitely am. I almost could have jumped up and clicked my heels twice. That's what happened. We got George. He said, 5 straight. Under 20 points scored for the Chiefs versus Vance Joseph. I thought that's what it was. Like they have not scored over 20 against us in the last 5 games. So thanks for clearing that up because Tim doesn't remember all his stats.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe.
We got Shy again. He says, "I give credit to Vance Joseph for turning this defense around." You're right, man. Ever since that Dolphins blowout, man, dude, we've turned everything around. I was quite mad at that point. I was like, "What's going on, Vance?" But ever since that loss, man, dude, this defense has looked pretty damn good. So I feel you. And we got Johnny in the house. He said, "Put some props on Nick Wright." He said, especially choking out the words that he was wrong about the Broncos. Yeah, he finally had to say it. But man, dude, he
did though. At least he did. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah.
He had it all the way wrong, dude. He was. I can't call him the biggest Bronco hater, but I think he's the one with the most crow to eat because he just predicted it totally wrong. He didn't even give us a chance. So definitely, that's a good one. That's a good one too. Oh, Nick Wright, man, dude. If you guys haven't seen it, guys gotta check it out, man. He got roasted a couple times this week, so but he had to go on and say, yeah, I was wrong.
More than a couple, but yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, man. I hope Van Joseph's come back. If he doesn't, I hope he goes to a good spot. And I am definitely happy he's with this defense. And like I said, I could have said him again. So I'm glad you did. But man, he's doing a hell of a job with that defense. He's got it rolling in, man, locked in and ready to go.
So let me ask you this. So once again, we're mile high on a bye. How do you think this bye week? How do you think Sean Payton, Vance Joseph are they gonna let the players rest? They go home with their families, take a week off.
That's what they did. They gave them the whole week off. So I think if you stayed around, you're probably getting some treatment. But there's no, they're not doing any kind of practices or anything, as a team. So yeah, you get them the whole week off, and yeah. So like I said, that's why I said some players, I'm sure they're out, out in another state or something, or maybe even got out of the country for a day or two. Who knows? But yeah, they went and had their fun, and like I said, they're going to come back next week focused and ready to keep it going. Like I said, Washington and Vegas, man, that should be some not like I said, I don't want to call it easy weeks, but it should be weeks where we don't have to be we still have to be on our A game, but as long as we do what we've been doing, like we should have an easy win. But like I said, I don't want to say that because I need some wood to knock on because.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it just like this. Anytime we play the Raiders, it's going to be a game. Even if it's an easy win for us, if we do blow them out, great. But no one's ever going to take that rivalry away. You know what I mean? So I'm not like saying like, oh, this is what we have, and the Packers will have at home. I just don't think our schedule is easy as most people are saying. I don't believe that like we're just gonna run out the rest of the year. Like I believe everyone's coming after Denver and be like, man, we need to prove that we're better than Denver, or we can beat Denver, or we can expose Denver. Like I don't think we have an easy task running out the rest of the schedule.
I
After
mean, I don't think it's an easy schedule, but I think it's a better schedule than like the Colts are facing. They definitely have some really tough games for all the rest. Like I said, we got Washington, Vegas, two teams under 500. So, like I said, we should definitely get those. Then we got Jacksonville and Green Bay at home. So those are two good games to have at home, to not have to go on the road. And then we go to KC and we go to San Diego. So
in your mind, what's going to be our hardest game to get to the playoffs? Like, what's going to be, whether it's at home or away, what would you think would be our hardest game to play?
I mean, I don't think San Diego is going to keep their push, but I definitely think for our division, I definitely think we have to beat the Chargers. Like we have to be able to. Well, I think the Chargers game is here. Wherever we play the Chargers.
Chargers is here. Okay,
yeah, we have to beat the Chargers because they're right on our tail. And just in case we lose, to Green Bay or Jacksonville, we have to be able to finish them off before we go to KC. Because KC is going to be, in the dogfight if they still have a chance at that point. And it could be like a rematch of last year where when we played them here the last game, they had nothing to play for and they rested everybody. So that could be something we're doing. We can have a –
yeah, but that's a whole garbage talk because everyone's like, oh, that's unfair. Broncos, that they won because this and that. Every team does that every year. When you're number one seed and you got home field advantage, you rest it in the last week. So, like, I thought that was a lot of bull. What I will say is that going into Arrowhead is going to be a dogfight, too. I'm not saying that KC is making a Super Bowl run this year or whatever. I mean, crazier things have happened, but we got to go into Arrowhead still. They're not going to just let us get away with the win. It's not the last week of the season. I mean, we got to be prepared for that next game at Arrowhead. That's the one game on the schedule that scares me more than anything. And I won't say scared. I will just say that we got to be prepared for it is going into Arrowhead.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, same thing. I don't think by the time we get to KC, I'm not even worried about it because if we've handled our business and say we're 12 and 3, 12 and 4 going to that game, I'm okay with resting our players. If we don't have nothing to play for, I mean, unless we're playing for a first round bye, which it's going to depend on who's there. But depending on how the playoff race goes on, when we get to KC, I'm okay if we rest our players. I don't think we have to go into KC and pull out a victory because if we've handled our business in the games going up to there and we beat the Chargers the week before, I think we're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. You got any comments?
Yeah. So we got Shy Vargas again. He said, we broke the Kansas City Chiefs spirit.
Go Shy.
If you've seen the video of they showed like the split screen, they showed like the top screen where they were showing Travis Kelce after he scored the touchdown and how happy he was. And then they showed the bottom once let's kick that field goal, and his face just, man, totally different looks. So yeah, we definitely broke their spirits. But they are still the Chiefs, and they are experienced and veteran. Got a lot of veterans over there, so yeah, they could still find a way to get it done the rest of the year. We'll see. We got a coach in the house. He said, "Guys, stay in the moment. Vance is here now. Stay with him, and maybe he will stay with us. That's a good way to look at it, because
I like that, coach. I like that, coach.
yeah, that's the same way. Like I said, I'm enjoying him being here now. However it plays out of the season, like I said, I don't think he's going to jump and go anywhere just to be a desperate hire. I think he's going to find something good for him, and if that pops up. So, but for this year, let's make this run. I think we got one more here. We got I'm not sure who this is. E-Dot. He said,
That's Georgia's stepdad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, what's up?
What up, E-Dot?
We are doing good. We out here having a good week, mile high on the bye. You know, we flying mile high right now. And then we got Johnny again. He said, should the Broncos pursue Dameon Pierce since Dobbins is out the rest of the season?
No.
I mean, we have to pick. I don't know.
No. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
I mean, they kind of have to do something. There is we got to have a little more depth at the running back. So, I mean, if it's not him, there's not too many people out there.
It's not depth. It's play calling to do what the running backs are there to do. Like, you have to put them in certain situations where they're going to thrive. We're not desperate at a running back. I mean, Dobbins is a huge loss.
Yeah, I don't know if RJ Harvey is a between the tackle running back for more than 5 plays or something like that. You know, I don't really want him running through the tackles.
I hope George isn't watching. He's going to disagree, but I agree with you.
I know. We talked about it the other day. I know. Like I said, they're proving me wrong, so I can be proved wrong there. You know, he can have a good rushing game next couple of weeks, and I'll have to eat crow on that too. But if we don't go at him, we may have to make a move for somebody, because I think we definitely need a little bit bigger of a back. Who's it? Do we got Jaleel
McLaughlin?
Jaleel McLaughlin. He's a pretty good big size back. But yeah, we may need to pick somebody up. So if we don't pick him up, I mean, they may have to pick up a running back. I definitely feel that.
So my rebuttal to that is, why pick up another running back when your running backs that you had all season doesn't even know the system that Sean Payton is running? Because it's so in and out. Like, these running backs are there to do a job, and Sean Payton is not calling plays for them to do what they need. You bring in a new running back to cover Dobbins that doesn't know the play, but how many touches are you think that he's going to have in a game? Let's be honest, Joe. Like, you really think he's just going to come in 20-plus rushes? There's no way.
No, like I said, but we need somebody we need a third down back. And I think Jaleel, it will be sufficient for this, but we need to make sure we have somebody that can get us some short yards, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, if I'm not passing, I know I can give it to you, and, you can give me a couple yards. So, we'll see. We'll see. And, yeah, you already know who popped in and said, RJ will.
My brother, love you, doggy.
So, like I said, I'm here. I've gotten proved wrong, so I'm not one to say I am right on everything. A lot, but not everything.
Just kidding.
Hey, the other night when we did we were talking about the Avalanche, I said they're gonna win 6 whatever, and I said there's gonna be an empty net. That's what happened.
You got that was me on Broncos Bros my dark horse when I picked the Cleveland Browns in like week 5 or something like that. Yeah, they're like laughing at me, and then like next week they're like, oh yeah, Tim called Tim Dog.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, I'm gonna bring us up to 4th and forecast. How about that, Joe?
Let's do it. Yeah. Another banger there.
Another banger. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you. All right, so 4th and forecast is predictions. For you guys that don't know, the next game where's the week going for whatever team. So fourth and forecast right now. The first question I'm gonna ask you, Joe, is how are the Broncos coming back off a bye?
I mean, we're coming back hot. They're going to come back rested. They're going to come back ready, and I keep trying to say it's any given Sunday, any team can beat anybody. But I definitely our defense is, lights out right now, record setting, and I definitely think coming back against Washington is a good way for us to keep it rolling, even though it's going to be on the road. We go into Washington and we keep it going. We just keep this defense firing on all cylinders. The offense will pick up a little more momentum, and we come back hot off the bye and keep it going, staying on top of the AFC.
I agree. I agree to a certain degree. I hope the amount of passes and the targeted receivers throughout the KC game was great. I hope we can keep that going with the bye week, where Bo Nix doesn't forget about all the catches that different receivers made. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to keep it going, and then off a bye week, you don't always come back. I mean, you come back rested, but you don't always come back in rhythm. It's kind of like preseason to week one. I think that Sean Payton, okay, rightfully so, everyone gets the week off, but then you got the week. Get into a rhythm and don't let Bo Nix forget that he has multiple weapons. Ingram, Sutton, not just Franklin. And I will say that again, not just Franklin. I want Harvey on wheel routes, dude. Like I want to see our offense come back and be like, you know what? You doubted us all year long, and now we're gonna show you what's up. I want them to come back like that.
Yeah. That's how I think they're gonna come back. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop hating them. So, like I said, I believe they're going to come back hot and stay hot. I just the way that they're coached up and everything like that on the defense, them guys are going to be there. So, and I think Bo Nix is going to have the offense ready. So, yeah, I definitely think we're going to come back hot and ready.
All right. Well, the next thing on fourth and forecast, Joe. Real quick before I bring up this subject, it's going to be about the Nuggets and the Rockets. But take me back to yours and George's experience at the Nuggets game.
Oh man, like I said, shout out to my boy Kenny. Seats that he have first level, have a good view. So we were able to get there. We were only like a minute, a couple minutes late, but we were able to sit there and watch the whole game. We had a couple of. Well, there was a lot of Bull fans, but there was a couple of Bulls fans right behind us that were really cool. They weren't too arrogant or too crazy or anything like that. They even offered us to buy some beers.
Nice.
Yeah. And man, like I said, I did not expect the Bulls to be that fast paced. Like they were up and down the court just like the Nuggets. I mean, man, we hit a bucket and they'd be right back down the floor scoring, and I'm like, dang, man, they were up and down. And then, like I said, they were hot from 3-point land. So, I mean, they're not going to be that hot every night. So we caught them on a really hot night. They beat us by 3 points, but Jokic still had his triple-double. Murray was looking pretty good, and Cam Johnson was looking pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, we just didn't have everything we needed that night, but we were right in it. And like I said, but I was telling George when we were there, I was like, dude, they're gonna have to go into the zone. Like, there's.
Dude, I was gonna bring that up. I was waiting. If you didn't bring it up, I was. I'm sorry to interrupt, but please continue.
Yeah. I was like, dude, there's no way, because we could not get them. They kept swinging the ball, and they were getting to open players, and so it wasn't like the Nuggets weren't trying to play defense. The Bulls just had some good ball movement that night, and I was like, dude, they're gonna have to go to this zone. They have to. Sure enough, they went to a timeout and they went to the zone. I was like, it's just you have to do that. There was no way around it. You had to try to stop their momentum for a little bit.
Yeah. And when you're talking about going to a zone, they were in a man-to-man, correct?
Yeah. We were playing man-to-man.
So
they were switching and doing everything right. They kept finding the open player, and he would hit it and knock it down.
Well, I did the first half of the game. I was doing Broncos Bros, filling for George.
Yep.
And then when I got in on the third quarter, I saw that ball movement by the Bulls, and we're talking half a second.
Yeah.
Passing it, and they're like struggling to get to the next guy. So when you say zone, that benefits where you don't have to chase down a man and get tired out, right?
Yeah, it's gonna happen a little bit, but it's not gonna happen as much. But they were hitting from they were hitting from the upper part of the 3-point line. They weren't hitting from the corners. So that's where the zone would come in. Usually hit it either in the middle or in the corners, and that's where they were not hitting. Then the zone did stop them for a little bit, but like I said, they were all hitting. From the big guys to their to their guards, they were all hitting. So yeah, they were just hot that night. But
well, I'm glad you and George had a good time, my brother. Got nothing but love for you, George, all day. Let's do Nuggets versus Rockets tomorrow.
Let's go back because last week we were both right. We both said they beat the Timberwolves.
Okay.
But we didn't. I know my score was wrong. I don't know how close yours was, but mine.
My score was right for the Nuggets. It was just wrong for the Timberwolves. Like I think it was like 121 to. I said 102 or something like that. But I can't remember my exact. We got to start doing clips. But
yeah.
My Nuggets score was spot on, but the Timberwolves scored more than I predicted.
Yeah. But yeah, we got that right. So yeah, at least we got the victory right. So yeah, against the Rockets tomorrow, huh? That's a away game too, right?
Yeah.
Because we travel to Houston, we have a really crazy week this next week where we have like an away game, a home game, and an away game. Yeah, it's just really crazy travel instead of like having a couple more back-to-backs on the travel road. But let's see. Man, we're gonna go into Houston, and we're definitely gonna get a victory. Even without Gordon, if he doesn't play, of course Brown's gonna be out for another month at least. Yeah, I think we're going to get another victory. Jokic is just hot right now, man. He's just.
What was it last night? Triple-double in the third quarter. Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so. It's so nice to watch a player like that. Like I said, I'm trying to, like my dad said, try to stay in the moment, and when I watch him, just enjoy it because, man, he's something special. So I'm glad he's here, and yeah, we're gonna go into Houston. Have another loss. Of course, I think Jokic is going to do his triple-double. Peyton Watson, I think he's going to keep going. He's definitely not going to have a night like he did last night. But we're going to.
Watson's nice, dude. Watson's nice.
Oh yeah. We're going to have Jamal's going to. He didn't have a great night last night, so I definitely think he's going to have a bounce back game. And yeah, man, all around, I think we're going to go into Houston and clean it up.
So your prediction, score-wise?
Score-wise, let's go. Let's go 119 to 105.
119 to 105. Okay, I can see that. One thing I will pick up about what you just said, Murray to have a great night. What I love about him not having a great night is that there's other people that can have a good night. Mm-hmm. It's not just on him and Joker anymore. It's not.
Yeah.
You got a 6th and 7th man now.
Mm-hmm.
And Junior. Right? Like, let's be realistic. I know Brown's out, but bro, like we're firing on all arms. Like, this is what I love about this season. Is that you're not just looking at Joker like running up and down the court and figuring it out because he doesn't have any help. If somebody has a bad night, somebody else is gonna pick that slack up.
Yeah.
Whether who it is, I got total faith in these Nuggets to do it. I'm gonna say in Houston. Oh man. I'm gonna go a little bit closer, and I'm gonna go 110 to 104.
Okay, I see that. Hey, as long as we're getting the victory, I'll stick with it. You know. And yeah, man. We definitely have some depth. Some people are hating on Zeke Najee. You know, they don't think he's at the end of the game when they made that little run back. Hey, man, I'm okay with Zeke, man. He's still young. We gave him a good amount of money, so it's not panning out. I get that, but I mean, I like our depth.
It's still fresh. It's still fresh, you know.
Yeah, and you got Jonas. You know, I definitely, I still think we have a good, solid team. So I hope everybody sticks around, and I hope we find a way to keep Peyton Watson next year, because we gave Christian all the money. Well, not all of it, but we gave him his contract, and I hope we're able to.
It was well deserved, though. It was well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, I begrudgingly would have picked him over Peyton, you know, but I still think Peyton needs to get some money and stay here too. But you know, we'll see how that plays out towards the end of the season. But you know, we're gonna have a good run this year. I think the Nuggets are gonna definitely be a top contender.
Definitely. You got any comments, Joe? Or
let's see. No, we still have your nope, no comments.
Okay.
Y'all want to throw there? Let us know. We'd like to keep y'all involved, and even if you want to have something against what we're saying, throw it up there too. We don't care. We show them all.
Please do. You want to pull up the apps?
Well, let me get there.
This is our last forecast for you guys.
So we have the Avalanche right now. They are losing 2-1 to the Rangers right now. But it is in period 2, so halfway through period 2. We'll see. Man, the Rangers are. I mean, they're not bad, but they're still a definitely physical team. So, man, I'm gonna say that we're gonna go ahead and pull off the comeback, and man, let's say we win 4-3.
4-3. Interesting. Rangers are physical, man. With the time of Loud left, I'm gonna say we're gonna go 3-3 and play it out, and then the Avs are gonna pull it out 4-3.
In OT, you saying?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, man. I mean, they're coming for the Avs, right? You know, they're going to be physical. They're going to be in it. Maybe not as finesse as we are, or as fast as we are. Definitely not as fast as we are. But, yeah, I think we're going to pull this out 4-3 and overtime.
Yeah. That sounds good. I don't think we're going to go into overtime, but I still think we have the same score. Just I think we're going to do it in the intermission.
Hey, hope you're right. Hope I'm right. One of the other, as long as the Avs pull it out, right, Joe?
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm going to take us out, Joe. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Before we do that, I was going to say it earlier, but I don't know if you guys didn't see Jamar Chase spitting on Jalen Ramsey, the second spitting incident of the season. But my thing was Jalen Ramsey tried to say, "Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't open my mouth to that dude." Man, it's on camera, man. We see the spit coming out of your mouth.
Out your mouth.
And I liked what Coach Tomlin said. He said, "Man, that just a natural reaction, because anybody spits on me, you know, like it's just don't ever do that to nobody. I don't give a dang how mad you get at somebody. Don't ever spit on somebody. That's the worst form of disrespect." And expect to get some hands put on you if you do that. And I'm not a proponent of violence, but do not
No.
spit on somebody. That is
Absolutely. You don't put your saliva on somebody else's fucking skin, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. My one slip up. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. But what I will say, man, you're absolutely right. Have some class. That's what you're saying, right? Have some dignity. Have some character to your name when you're playing the game. You don't play that way. So, totally agree with you.
Yeah, even on the streets, you don't do that. And like I said, he got suspended for a game, and it's going to cost him a whole lot of money. So I hope that was worth it. And he, like I said, my thing is I lost a little bit of respect for him because I think he's a really good player, Jamar Chase. But for you not to stand on it and be like, "Oh, I didn't do that," dude, we all seen it. But I'm gonna share a little story about how why you don't spit on people. So. Me and my uncle and my buddy Chris used to work together. We were out at the bar, and we were leaving. We had these friends we were going to hang out with, and there were these three guys walking out right in front of us. Well, one of them was trying to holler at this girl, and her lesbian friend came up and she was like, "No, she's with me," and spit on the dude. And it was right in front of the bouncer, and the bouncer's like, "Oh, I can't do nothing." And so the dude looked at the bouncer and then spit on that chick and kept on walking. So he, two wrongs don't make a right, but, they both spit on each other, and then we have to be walking the same way them guys are. And one of the friends we were with, she said, "Oh, I'm glad they did not spit on me because it'd have been something totally different." Then we had to get into, big argument with them. Ended up, they get in their car and they said something else. So, they say BTA, that's why George calls it BTF, because I couldn't take what the dude said. And so he was sitting in the car seat, and I said, if I swing my fist at him and I miss, I'll really hurt myself. So I said, take off my Timberland real quick. And I ran up to the car, and I put that boot back as far as I can and put it across his face a couple times. The other guys got out the car, but that dude didn't get out the car. But yeah, bottom line, the two spittings don't do that. Don't do that. So
Well, I guess the moral of the story is just don't be disrespectful to other people, right? Like, don't keep your spit in your mouth and do all that. I want to give a huge shout out to Johnny. Thank you very much, Johnny, for getting all the graphics up this week, man. I know you're working hard for all the network. Much appreciated. Of course, Brother George, Uncle Todd, my cousin Mike. Coach, everyone that's tuning in and just rooting for the Mile High Outcasts is much appreciated. So we're gonna end this with the Mile High salute.
Turn it